Hey so today I have 5 poses for you. These poses are focused around your hips and your back. And we're looking to improve the mobility in these areas, in particular post-training. It is a 10-minute sequence, so you can fit it in around training. Otherwise, if you have some spare time, maybe, then you can extend the poses and hold them for longer. The more regularly you do this, the more of a benefit you'll get, and the more it will improve the recovery between your training sessions. If you have a mat, then grab that. If not, just find a softer surface, and then you need a towel or a blanket that you can just roll up to place underneath the hips, in particular if you are tight in the hamstrings. Let's go. Today we're going to begin in bound angel pose. So gently lower to the mat when you're ready. Knees bent, soles of the feet placed on the mat. Allow the knees to fall to the side. And if you are tight in the hips, draw the feet away from the groin. Lift the hips up and tuck the tailbone under. On the next inhale, interlace the hands, raise them above the head. And exhale, release. Take a deep breath in, and exhale, soften the shoulders towards the ground. A couple more breaths here. On the inhale, filling deep into the belly, and on the exhale, softening the hips. On the next inhale, draw the hands to the knees and draw them into the center. And then bring the knees to the chest and gentle rock side to side. Rocking up to a seat. And then finding your blanket. So we want to create enough height that our hips are raised off the ground. So if you are particularly tight in the hamstrings, roll the blanket up nice and high like I have. Place the sit bones onto blanket and cross the legs right shin towards the front of the mat. Then wiggle the ankles out to the edge of the mat, flex the toes, lengthen through the crown, and then walk the hands towards the front of the mat, moving into square pose. And then release the neck when you're ready. Soften the neck, soften the jaw, and then soften through the shoulders. And allow the chest to relax closer towards the thighs. Begin to walk your fingertips over to the left-hand side of the mat. Plug the right hip down into the ground and then reach with the right hand across the mat and feel a nice opening up through the right-hand side of the body. Begin to walk the hands back into the center. And then slowly rise. Uncross the legs. Plant the hands down, fingertips towards the front of the mat. Lift the hips and shift the weight to the heels. Bend in the elbows and let the chest fall towards the mat. Chin to the chest. Feel a nice opening up through the front of the shoulders. On the next inhale, straighten the arms, shift the hips back, and make your way back onto the blanket. Left shin in front of the right. Walk the heels over to the opposite knees. Lift and lengthen through the torso, and then begin to walk the fingertips towards the front of the mat. And then relax through the shoulders, release the neck. Taking a couple of breaths here. Keep your toes flexed to stay active in the legs. This will prevent any micro tears in the muscle fibers. On the next inhale, walk the fingertips over to the right hand side of the mat and then begin to draw down through the left hip. Reach out through the left hand, create a nice opening through that left side of the body. Begin to walk the fingertips back into the center and then gently rise as you push the heels into the mat. Come to sit back on your blanket and stretch your legs out in front. Draw your toes towards the ceiling and bend the knees. Place the fists underneath your calf muscle. And then I would like you to fold forward from the hip crease. Once you can't fold any further, let the head and neck drop and the forehead come towards the shins. If you are flexible in the hamstrings, remove the fists and begin to straighten the legs. Take a couple of deep breaths here and forward fold and relax into the pose. So when you are folding forward, you are trying to maintain what's called an anterior pelvic tilt in the hips. If you are tight in the hamstrings, keeping the legs straight in forward fold will pull the pelvis forward, causing an unnatural rounding of your lower spine. So by propping the hips up and bending the knees, this will actually help you to avoid loading in the lower back. Bring the chest up, place the hips on the ground, remove the blanket. Then come to lay on your back. Draw the knees in, give them a good squeeze and a gentle rock. Split your knees wide and bring them towards your armpits. Plug the shoulders down on the ground and then draw the tailbone down towards the mat. And then begin to rotate your feet at the ankle joint. Moving into happy baby pose, thread the arms through the inside of your knees and then wrap the hands around the outer edges of the foot. Draw the toes down towards your shins and then plug your shoulders into the mat. And once again, try and draw your tailbone down towards the mat. If this is not yet possible in your body, come back down to the modified version, wrapping the hands around the outside of the knees and drawing the knees into the armpits. Bring your knees together and allow your feet to come to the mat and then step them wide. Lift the tailbone and tuck it under and then drop the knees to the right side, coming into a twist. Arms can come cactus to the side of the body to open up through the front of the chest, and then you might like to turn the gaze to the left. When you're ready, right ankle can hook over the left knee and allow the weight of the ankle to draw the knee down. Take a deep breath in and then soften on the exhale. Release the ankle, draw the knees up to center and then allow the knees to come to the left hand side. And gaze might come to the right. And when you're ready, left ankle hooks over right knee. And take a deep breath in and soften on the exhale. Unhook your left ankle and then bring the knees up to center. Draw them into the chest, give them a squeeze, and then lengthen, stretching out through the toes and the fingers. Rocking up to a seat. And you are done. Hope you enjoyed yourself. We'll see you soon. Bye.